Obviously, this was a difficult period of time for our country, and myself, and Mr. Veen, and the other members of the team are extraordinarily gratified that the United States Senate decided, as they did, to protect our constitutional way of life and not go down the road of endless impeachments. Mike?
How are you? Any questions? No?
Don't you want to make a statement?
I don't want to make a statement. We tried a freaking really good case. Yeah.
Leader McConnell is on the Senate floor right now, and he said what the president did was a dereliction of duty, and he said he is responsible for provoking the events of January 6th, even though he voted to acquit the president. How do you grapple with folks in the party who are putting forward those arguments, even though they voted to acquit?
I don't grapple with anybody. We finished the grappling in that room, and we slammed them down on the mat and won this case. There's no grappling anymore. We won, not guilty.
Did you try and get Kevin McCarthy's account of that phone call?
They should have. I'm not gonna. I got work to do back home now.
Burden of proof is on them, and they didn't meet their burden of proof. It is somewhat confusing to us that if this conversation was of such great import, why was it only brought to our attention today and formed the basis for most of the closing that the House managers made? If this is the centerpiece of their case, it should have been front and center from the beginning. I kind of think that yesterday their case was destroyed and they needed to throw a Hail Mary pass, and it fell in the end zone uncaught.
Have you spoken with your client following the acquittal?
What's
We
that?
are-
Have you spoken with Mr. Trump?
We are not privileged to discuss anything we talk about with the president.
What do you make of 7 Republicans voting to convict, 6 more than last time? Is that what you expected? How do you feel about that number from the former president's own party voting to convict him?
A win is a win.
I'm going to go ahead.
You know, with respect to Mr. McConnell, we're not sore winners.
Mike, I'm going to go ahead and read the president's statement. And the president, slide it real quick. So, President Trump just put out the following statement. I want to first thank my team of dedicated lawyers and others for their tireless work upholding justice and defending truth. My deepest thanks as well to all of the United States senators and members of Congress who stood proudly for the Constitution we all revere and for the sacred legal principles at the heart of our country. Our cherished constitutional republic was founded on the impartial rule of law, the indispensable safeguard for our liberties, our rights, and our freedoms. It is a sad commentary on our times that one political party in America is given a free pass to denigrate the rule of law, defame law enforcement, cheer mobs, excuse rioters, and transform justice into a tool of political vengeance and persecute, blacklist, cancel, and suppress all people and viewpoints with whom or which they disagree. I always have and always will be a champion for the unwavering rule of law, the heroes of law enforcement, and the right of Americans to peacefully and honorably debate the issues of the day without malice and without hate. This has been yet another phase of the greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No president has ever gone through anything like it, and it continues because our opponents cannot forget the almost 75 million people, the highest number ever for a sitting president, who voted with us just a few short months ago. I also want to convey my gratitude to the millions of decent, hardworking, law-abiding, God and country-loving citizens who have bravely supported these important principles in these very difficult and challenging times. Our historic, patriotic, and beautiful movement to make America great again has only just begun. In the months ahead, I have much to share with you, and I look forward to continuing our incredible journey together to achieve American greatness for all of our people. There has never been anything like it. We have so much work ahead of us, and soon we will emerge with a vision for a bright, radiant, and limitless American future. Together, there's nothing we cannot accomplish. We remain one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And it's our responsibility to preserve this magnificent inheritance for our children and for generations of Americans to come. May God bless all of you. May God forever bless the United States of America. That's from President Trump, and I imagine you'll probably be hearing a lot more from him in the coming days. Thank you.
So let's
One last question.
I know you said that this was a win.
You know what's really important, which is probably the most important thing that came out of this. This country needs to cool the temperature. We need to unite as a people. There's so many common priorities that we all share that face this country in a really important way. This team of trial lawyers are simply that. We're trial lawyers. We're not politicians. We aren't on the left side or the right side or any side at all. We had a constitutional duty to defend our client, and we did that to the best of our abilities. But what I want to say, and I wanted to convey in there, was that our country needs to face the business in front of it with all seriousness and purpose, love and peace in our hearts, and move the ball forward so that this great nation can get as strong as possible in the face of this pandemic. It's absolutely crucial that this country move forward in unity, put it away the partisan backlash back and forth, and do everything that we can to find justice every day in our lives. Thank you.
I know
The
you
whole-
all said a win was a win, but what is the